Hello everyone and welcome to this advanced topic section where we are going to be discussing customizing the Django admin interface. Now often the default admin page is great and it's all we need for our project. But sometimes we may also want to expand the admin page according to our client, and we also have a lot of tools in Django to customize it. So according to our needs, we are going to now learn how to customize it, this Django admin, and as well as the features of the admin page we will see. So we are going to learn how to do the following things. So we'll discuss a quick review of the admin page, how it's used. Then we'll change the admin page template, how it is showing. You can actually override templates on the admin page, and then we will show you things like changing the order of fields that show up and adding search and filters to the admin site. We are going to start by quickly creating a new project and application. You would not really do anything on the front end since we really only are going to focus on the admin backend. So essentially, it's just going to be an empty front end with two models connected with registered to the admin. So let's jump to our editor and get started. Okay, here I am at the Atom text editor, and in your case it may be VS Code or any other. And what I am going to do is just create a new project. I have gone ahead and created a new folder on my desktop called test. To do this, in really doesn't matter too much where we decide to do this, and we are going to call this my underscore video rental. Okay, we are going to kind of make it as if it's a rental video store websites. So go ahead and create that project, and then I am going to see into my video rental here. And then of this, I will say Django admin, uh, a start app, and we'll just call this app videos. Okay, videos. And this is where we are going to have a model supply file and an admin file that we can later kind of play around with. So let's expand this, make sure this all worked out. So I see my video rental, I see videos, I see models. So what I am going to do is in my settings, stop by going to make sure I register these videos here. So uh, I am going to scroll down and under installed apps, just go ahead and add that app name that we just created called videos, then save that. Always make sure you have so you can have those images, you have those changes. Then we are going to come over here to models, and we are going to quickly create two models. Nothing to measure here. The models are going to create essentially just going to mimic having a movie and having a customer. So we'll say class. Okay. So here class is class movie, and then we'll say model dot model, and then let's give it some fields. So we'll say title is models dot and we'll have that char field. Now let's go ahead and give it a max length of 256 characters. And then let's say the movie has a length in minutes, and this is since it's the length of minutes, so we know it needs to be positive integer. So we'll have that type of field, and then there is also a release here, and that is the release here, and technically that also be a positive integer, so we'll do that as well. Just keeping things simple, the main idea is not working with the models, it's working with the admin page. This is our main idea. So we are essentially just creating these because we need something to play around with later on. So I am also going to create another model here called customer model, and we'll say inherit from models dot model. Now let's say customers have a first name, let's say models, and that's also a character field with the max length equal to 256 uh, character length. So you can always copy and paste this from the notes as well. So if you don't want to type this all out, and let's say last name is models, basically the same thing here, that has a max length of 256. And then finally, let's say they have some sort of phone number or some sort of digital code, and it doesn't matter too much, but we'll have that one. Also with some positive integer field. So commands or control S to save that, and then I'm going to make sure that I register these into the admin file. So we'll come over here to admin.py in our videos app, and let's register these. We are going to say from dot import models. Then I will say admin site dot registers. Okay, and I'm going to register my models. That way I can see them in the actual admin page. So model store customer, and then admin site registers models dot movie. Then I am going to control this. Basically I want to save this, then I need to do control plus S, and let's go ahead and make sure we do our migrations. So over here, then on the terminal I can just zoom in a little bit for you guys, you can see clearly. I'm going to do the following. So we'll say make sure I say Python manage.py, and then I'm going to say make migrations. And it went ahead and created model and movie or excuse me, let's create a model customer, create a model movie. Okay. Then we are going to say Python manage.py, and I'm going to migrate any changes that we have under videos. So it may say running migrations. There we go. And then I always like to say make migrations one more time to make sure there is nothing left. So no change is detected. That is perfect. Since we are actually going to be using the admin interface, we need to actually create a super user. So let's make sure we do that as well. So we'll say Python manage.py, and this line is create super user, and which we have done before. And if you get this error, no such table of user, that's actually an easy fix. So it just means that you need to run Python manage.py and migrate. And if you get this error, that actually an easy fix. It just means that you need to run python manage.py migrate again. So come over here back to the terminal and say python manage.py migrate, hit enter and let it migrate. Everything now try it again, python manage.py create super user, and you should sheet. So ask for your username. So you can give any, let's say here JOSC Jos, and email is anything blank at the rate gmail.com. Okay, password I always use test password, and type it in again. Your passwords here hidden for security, and there we go. This you can see super user created successfully. So make sure all it's work out. So we'll say now python manage.py run server, hit enter, and there, and then let's copy and paste this URL. So this is the thing you have done many times in this course, and bring it into our browser, which I am going to bring over here. So bring it in my browser here, and it says it worked. So congratulations, your first Django powered page. That's exactly what we want. As I mentioned before, we are really not going to be doing anything on this front end. So let's go ahead and say slash admin and come over to our admin page. So my username and password is already filled out for me. This, so you may have to fill it in depending on how many times you have done it before. Okay, so go ahead and log in, and here we go. Let me make this full screen. I can see my groups and my users. That's authentication authorization, which we have actually discussed before. If you click here on users, I can see this user Joes that I have blank at the gmail.com. I have staff status, and you will notice here filters, that I have filter option here. And we are going to discuss later on how to create those sort of filters on our own models. But let's go ahead and go back to our home and check out our models. So see here, I have customers. And then if we come back to videos, I can see here I have movies, etc. So let's go ahead and create some customers. I'm going to add a new customer here. So let's just have the customer be me as well, and then some sort of phone number. So it doesn't really matter. So we are going to save and add another, uh, and then let's make a couple more kind of generic names, random phone number. So here it doesn't really matter. Save and add another. So we'll say this is the first name and last name, because I'm not very creative here. You can use anything you want. And then we are going to say save. So we have three customer object. Those are looking good. So we'll come back to videos. We'll say movies, and then we'll add some movies here. Let's go ahead and add in some movies like Jurassic Park. So let's say it's 120 minutes, release year 1993. I'm guessing save and add another one. This thing I can do by using a random population that I have used before, but I'm doing this manually. So let's save it, this fill it, release year and save it. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's say anything. I also don't know if that's right. And finally, let's do one more movie here. Let's say Indiana Jones, and it was in 1984. So that's actually the length of this movie. Also, there is 134 minute. Okay, and 1984 again the year. So totally that just making that up. So now we have three movie objects and we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and go back to our page where we had the models and make the string representation. So let's go ahead and go back to our page. Okay. Now not just say movie object, but have it actually say the name. So so we are going to back over here and you under models.py. Notice I have my class movie and class customer. So let's go ahead and give it a string representation that we have done before. Here we will go ahead. Here we take define self, that string str method, and it will return self. So we'll have that self dot title, that will be the model. And then also down here for the customer, we are going to add a method here. This will be self. So and then let's have it written. Let's just return self dot first name, and then we are going to concatenate it with the self dot last name. And basically, I'm just concatenating this last name first to the first name and with a little space there. And so now that we have done all that, let's go ahead and make sure that we migrate any changes that may have occurred. So we'll say Python manage.py migrate. So it will say running migrations, no migrations to apply. So let's make sure that all work. So we'll say Python manage.py run server, enter our servers running again. So let me come back to the browser and bring it over, and I'm going to just come straight to the admin page. So here is the admin page, this one. And if we check our customers, now we can see Shindy Smith, Mike Smith, and Joe Sportilla. And if we come back to movies, we can see Indiana Jones, Star Wars, or Jurassic Park. Now that we have this kind of string representation here, the string method, we can see that is printing out that string as its name. So you click on Indiana Jones, you can see title length and release year, etc. So that's the very basics of the Django admin interface, and that's everything that basically already comes for free. And what I mean by free is that no work was involved, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because this is a lot of kind of power features and already stuff that you can edit without having to code anything out. So all you had to do was basically register it to the admin page, but we are going to learn how to add even more stuff to this. So the first thing to learn is how you can edit this template. Maybe you want things like a different color, or instead of saying Django admin or Django administration, you want it to say like blockbuster admin space or something like that. Not every user is going to know that Django admin means. So in the next lecture, we are going to learn how to actually edit these templates.